retro video games, we're glad you found us here at Retro Game Treasure. Founded in 2015, Retro Game Treasure is a monthly subscription service where you get real video games delivered right to your door. Inside our treasure chests, you'll get 3 to 5 retro video games every month. Every box is based around you and customized to your choices. Best of all, it is not a rental service. You get to keep all the games that we send you. Let's dive in and help explain how it works. Step 1. Select your plan and create your account. Step 2. Go to your game's preferences section of your account to get started. Step 3. Add your inventory. Here you can add all the games you already own. This way we can avoid duplicates and won't send you games you already have. Step 4. Managing your preferences. Here's where it gets fun. Click on Manage Preferences to access your game preference survey. Here you can tell us what level of collector you are, what genres and categories of games you like action, fighting games, racing, and more, your favorite types of themes like anime, fantasy, sci-fi, Pokemon, which consoles you want to receive games for, such as the NES, Game Boy Advance, Sega Genesis, and PlayStation. We carry games for over 20 different consoles, from the Atari all the way up to more modern ones. And in the bonus round, you can choose even more features like imports, mature games, light gun games, and more. You can even change all these settings from month to month to fine-tune your boxes or to just change it up. Whether you're starting or building your collection, Retro Game Treasure is a great way to expand your collection every month. Sign up and get started today at RetroGameTreasure.com.
Hang on, now I'm echoing. One moment, my dear friends. Hang on, I'm sorry. It would just take a moment. Don't worry so much. God, you worry all the time like a baby. Why you worry like a baby? How about that? There we go. All right, welcome to the show. Welcome to the goddamn show. Good to see everybody. Thank you for being patient with me getting that worked out. That was a delightful Retro Game Treasure sponsor ad right there at the very beginning for our fantastic sponsors, Retro Game Treasure. I will talk to you guys about that a little bit later. Now, if you can hear me fine, great. We will get rolling in this delightful show that we call Gabbin' and Games. You may be wondering, why is this show early today? Well, hey, big mistake. It's going to be early. I'm going to try for the rest of the week and next week because my new schedule over at Lolcal Crypt has made it such that I really, once that show's over, I'm fried. And so I've been neglecting the afternoon Gabbin' and Games. So that's what's going on. Let me know what you think about this earlier time. We'll see if we can make it work. I'm sure we'll find something that does ultimately work. If you are interested, a little bit later, Lolcal Crypt is a show I do over on the Lolcal Network, where we talk more about, not really video games and stuff, but sometimes we do, but pop culture, aliens, weird shit, that's coming up at 1 o'clock California time. There's the thumbnail right there. That's me and my co-host Josh. I don't know what we're doing. I guess it's Miami Vicen a little bit. So that's coming up later today. I saw in the chat you guys were saying that there is a problem with Disclosure Day spoilers. I am going to obviously stay away from that. I will be seeing Disclosure Day tomorrow. I was going to see it tonight, but my son actually is like, I'll see it, but I would rather see Obsession. He and I have not seen Obsession yet, so we're going to see that tonight, Disclosure Day tomorrow. So keep that in mind. That's what's going on with that. Okay. Jaffe, I heard you say you're interested in Marvel Tokon fighting, says Chaos. Just heads up, it was reported single player is just a 7 to 10 hour comic you read, but there's no gameplay. Well, my understanding, Chaos, on that is it's a 7 to 10 hour comic. It's a 7 to 10 hour campaign, but it's interspersed the comic reading with fights. So there's nothing special about it. Like there's not like unique gameplay for the campaign, but they string the comics in between the fights, which is good for me because I'm assuming that will function as a tutorial. So because even if I only play 7 to 10 hours and get the story, I love the animation and the art in that game, and I love the characters so much that 7 to 10 hours would be fine for me. But if I actually can then learn through that to go online and actually have a meaningful online experience with the game, that would be great too. Fun Speculation says, funny, my wife has been obsessed with all the Paradise drama and has been watching Locale Bus. My Paradise and Paradise Lives heard your name mentioned was like they know Jaffe. Yeah, no, Tech's out there. Tech was broadcasting from the actual location where Sebastian has his Big Girls Wanted Paradise Club house in Vegas. So, there you go. Okay, so listen, I want to open the show very, very briefly. I'm going to bed last night. Not yet, Rocker Matt. I will buy a Switch 2. I thought he's asking me if the recent Nintendo Direct convinced me to buy a Switch 2. I was already going to buy one because I really do want to play Tamagotchi, Donkey Kong, and maybe the Splatoon Raiders. But I've got so much to play, and then Summer Game Fest was last week with a lot of demos. Monday kicks off Steam Next Fest with a lot of demos. So I absolutely will be picking it up, but I'm in no hurry at the moment. So Noja says, Jaffe, were you surprised to see so many people agree with you regarding the new God of War game? No, but let me get into that real quick though, Noja, because I go to bed last night, I'm starting to go to sleep, and I'm looking at my phone as I'm wont to do, and I see this tweet where a guy's talking about me as it relates to my take on God of War, the new God of War. And and it was mostly in Spanish, so I don't know what the fuck he was saying, but it was translated in someone's post that called me the creator of the saga is a far right nobody. Now, if anybody knows me, I don't give a shit if you think I'm a nobody. I don't give a shit if you think I'm washed up. I don't give a shit if you like the new God of Wars and hated the God of Wars I worked on. I don't give a shit about any of that. But it's fighting words when you call me far right or anywhere close to the right. So I tweet to this fella. I say, hey, moron, I'm probably the most progressive guy you know. Sit the fuck down. You know nothing about me if you think I'm far right or even Republican. You stupid fuck. Just because you know how to turn on a mic doesn't mean you should speak into it. Fucking moron. And the reason I even addressed this was because apparently this guy has a relatively large following, right? And so I tweet this out and I wake up and there's 11,000 people liking it, almost 1 million views, 570 comments. And I'm like, I don't know what half of it means because it's in Spanish. So I'm just kind of like, whatever. So I just wanted to bring it to your attention because, I mean, I don't know what he's saying. I can't speak Spanish. Jaffe gets one guide. I don't get one guide. You know what? Everybody gets, basically what you're saying is if you live your life and you respond to things you like or don't like, you're getting one guide. Well, okay, I suppose. What if it was translated wrong? Maybe. I don't speak Spanish. If anybody speaks this language, let me know. You can translate it.
Te pareció horrible. Es el mismo pavo que detesta el nuevo Kratos.
Oh, my camera's on. I don't know what this guy's saying. But if you want to translate it for me, I'll absolutely take your translation. If it's a real translation, I could see people fucking with me. But anyway, okay. So I'm not gonna respond anymore because I don't know what the fuck he's saying. I'm just saying that, what a dick, what a moron. How can anybody think I am far right or right at all? How is that even possible? That you would think that. Okay, Anna G, you can watch and translate. It's only like 40 seconds. I'm going to play this. We're going to have Anna G tell us what it means. Either call into the Discord or just type it. But here he is speaking, saying something. I don't fucking know.
Saga ha dicho, el creador de God of War, no, el creador de la saga ha dicho, el creador de God of War ha dicho que esto es una vergüenza y que se parece a Forspoken. El mismo puto pavo que lleva siendo un don nadie desde hace 20 años. Ese mismo, el que lleva comiéndose los mocos 20 años siendo un puto desgraciado de grifter de derechas en Twitter. Ese, perfecto, me alegro. Eso es buena señal, la verdad. O sea, wow. Hiciste a un puto calvo que mataba a todo el mundo y te tenemos que aplaudir más tiempo. Cuando llevaron a Kratos a cumplir su arco como personaje y transformarse en alguien mejor, te pareció horrible. Es el mismo pavo que detesta el nuevo Kratos. Cuando el nuevo Kratos es 45.000 millones de veces mejor que el antiguo a nivel de personaje. Pues chico, quiero decir, vete a tomar por culo. Es que no sé, más no te lo puedo explicar. Lo siento. Es que no puedo explicártelo, tío.
All right, so there you go. I have no fucking clue what this guy is saying, except apparently I'm a far right fellow, which is, again, that's insulting to me, frankly. That's annoying. I agree the sound effects are cringy, kind of stupid. He was calling you names, says Anna G. When it comes to politics, says Zeke, you are far from right. More often than not, you are fuck you, motherfucker. I'm not even going to read that, you son of a bitch. Jaffe, I can't place you far left, far right. You're in your own category. Maybe, but I'm certainly not a fucking right-wing guy. Big Mistake says he's basically saying you're an idiot, but I didn't hear when he called you far right. Okay. Well, that's what the quote was. The creator of the saga is a far right nobody. That may have not been the extracted clip, but anyway, so fuck this guy, whatever his fucking name is. He can go fuck himself. I'm thrilled that he prefers the new Kratos over. And this goes back to the question the guy earlier in this stream asked me, have I been surprised people agreed with me? I don't think about it, really. I knew some people would agree with me. I was kind of bummed that there were people out there who felt that meant I was suddenly coming over to their camp. I'm a little bothered by the simplicity of discourse, but it is the internet, it is Twitter, so what are you going to do? He said, I swear, he said, you eat your boogers. Well, what are you going to do? Happy poop coming from Matt Monadero. Thank you so much, buddy. We appreciate that very, very much. That is what he said. Oh, that's fantastic. Okay. YouTube is tough. You got to start random shit to create traction. Well, I didn't start this. I just saw this on my Twitter. Anyway, let's move on because I do want to say to you before we get to, well, let me give you some game news first, then I'll give you some game-ish news. That you'll be proud of me or you'll be disappointed in me the story after this. But first, hey, heads up. Battlefield over the weekend started yesterday. Is doing free Battlefield. I don't know if there's any, I don't know how much of it, but it's all the multiplayer stuff in the company. I played both betas for some reason. I loved the first beta. I hated the second beta, which made me say, okay, I don't want this. And but now that this is out again and it's free, I'm like, fuck it, I'll just give it a play. Great game. If for no other reason, I care because the first beta I was addicted to. Thought it was fucking. Sorry about that. I care because somebody in the chat said, "Who cares?" I care because the first fucking beta, I was absolutely addicted to. I thought it was amazing. It was going to replace Call of Duty for me. I was there. And then the second beta did something, and it absolutely turned me off. I'm assuming this sounds better now, right? Are we better? Test. Good. You hear me fine now? But anyway, so that is why I'm curious. And if you are curious about jumping in, it is available for you this weekend to play. And I'll be in there, and I'll probably stream it a little bit later this weekend if you want to play. Okay. Now, I think you'll be proud of me or disappointed in me with this next story. Because I really wanted to tweet this out, but I've resisted. You know what I'm saying? I've resisted the urge. So, and I wanted to tweet it out, and I'll show it to you in a minute. I hoped people would see and go, "Oh, Jaffe's obviously taking the piss and kidding, and he's not being rude or disrespectful or mean." But I don't know how people will respond because it's the internet. But somebody tweeted this. It said, "In December, one of my longest..." Oh, you can't see it. "In December, one of my longest and best friends passed away." I'm not laughing at that. Of course, I'm not laughing at that. "He lived 5 minutes away from each other most of our lives. Both moved to Florida and lived 5 minutes away. Knew each other 25 years, but Gears 1 made us best friends. Left this at the grave after he was buried." And then somebody tweeted, "I hope David Jaffe doesn't find this post." And I'm just kind of like, what do I do? I have to retweet this and say this is an Xbox. I have to. But I can't because it caused so much shit the last time. You know, that but it's funny. I don't know what to do. Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. What do I do? Because there was a thing where a guy left a Xbox controller on his dad's grave, and you know, the guy was, you know, I wasn't. People were like, "You're making fun of his dead dad." I'm like, "No, I'm not. No, I'm not. That's ridiculous." But I don't know. If I were to tweet this, oh my God, you know, if I tweet this out at the start of this stream, can you imagine the joy of coming back to it at the end of this stream? I mean, come on. What should I say? Oh, just retweet without saying anything. Okay, I'll do that. I have to at least quote so I can get comments though. All right, that's it. We'll see what happens. Towards the end of the stream. Did I cover or talk about Nintendo State of Play? Not really a big mistake. I thought it was fine. You know, it was, oh God. It was, let me see if I can bring up the games. I mean, obviously I'm not a big 3D Zelda guy, but I'm obviously interested in the Ocarina of Time remake just to see what they do with it. You know, I thought, let's see, here's the new games. Let's bring it up real quick just so we can go through it quickly because I didn't have my mind blown or anything. You know, a Fire Emblem I'm excited about. I haven't played because I don't have a Switch 2, the Star Fox demo. I know Anna G had downloaded it and she was going to play it, but I wasn't that interested in it because it's just a remake and it feels very I've never been a big Star Fox fan or a Panzer Dragoon fan or any of that shit. The rail stuff is fun, but not for a whole game for me. Everything else, Fire Emblem looks good. What else? Was there anything? I mean, I was excited to see the Dragon's Dogma DLC, but that's coming to everything. And the thing about that is, the reason, and I'm not even kidding you, the reason I had to stop playing that game was the pawns, which are the characters sort of bring to your side to fight with you and level up and whatnot. Each of them seemed to only have about 12 sayings, and it was constant, and it was so obnoxious that I was just like, fuck this shit. It just got on my nerves, but I love Dragon's Dogma 2, and apparently that is not fixed. But I will play it probably. Splatoon Raiders I'm interested in. There's really nothing else, right? I mean, it was fine. It was good. It was a good show. It was fine. But I was already primed to pick up a Switch 2. So that I'm going to pick it up regardless. That really didn't, make a big difference for me on that. Okay, let's move on. I tell you what, this came out yesterday. Now I was going to watch this whole thing, and I was going to watch it with the chat. And something happened at some point. This is Fable, by the way, if you don't know. They dropped like a 30-40 minute deep dive into Fable. I think I've just gotten over watching all these kind of things. I am interested in Fable. It is coming to Game Pass. It looks good. If I play it and love it, great. I'll learn about all the systems then. If I play it and don't love it, no skin off my nose. I don't really give a shit. But this does look very, very good and very, very fun. But I have seen so many. I think I've been burned by especially Microsoft. I've seen so many of these deep dives, and I just think back to when the guy from Bethesda, Pete Hines, was doing a deep dive into Redfall, and he was really going into, why it's special and why Arcane's making a game like this, and everything just sounded great. And then the game comes out, and at its best, it was interesting and fine. At its absolute best, it was that. And so I'm just like, what's the point of ever watching any of these? Watching from someone who went hands-on. And we'll talk about that in just a little bit, because the press is now, the embargoes have been lifted, and they have been able to talk about the games they played at Summer Game Fest. That's interesting because they don't have a dog in the fight. You'd like to hope. But watching this from Xbox, I'm sure people watched it and said, this looks great. David Seeger says it doesn't look bad, but when games keep getting delayed, it knocks the juice out of it. Yeah, I get it. But look, I think it was the right business decision. You don't want to put this out the same month as Grand Theft Auto 6. But yeah, I am excited about this. Is this just me, or have you guys been burned too many times on this stuff that play it when it comes out, wait for reviews, wait for hands-on, everything else is like, I just scrub through it to see what the graphics are like, and if it looks like it's a good product, and then I move on. But anyway, that was my take. So I don't have a lot of knowledge about this because I've intentionally just been like, I'm not watching it. Anna says, I don't watch. It feels like watching these ruins it for me. Yeah, I could see that. GTA is not the only reason, says Eternal. They had too many games as is. Perhaps, but I assume that it was a big reason. It was a big fucking reason. But whatever, I'll play it. I'm excited. Although I cannot play I cannot play Xbox Game Pass now for about a month because I forgot my password and I said, send me a new password. And I have two-factor authentication on, but it couldn't find where my two-factor authentication PC was. And it turned out they said, okay, well, it takes a month then to kind of, and I got to call them because I'm like, I have to wait a month for you guys to reset my password. And they said, well, it's so no one can fuck you over and no one can steal your account, blah, blah, blah. Okay, whatever. But now I can't play Game Pass for a month, which is kind of shitty. Because I did want to spend a little bit of time playing Forza, because I haven't spent too much time on that. I do want to say thank you very much from the bottom of my old pirate heart to good sir. Where did that go? Hang on. From our pal Juicy Boots dropping a super chat in the chat for super chat of the day. Thank you, buddy. And then that rolls right after Big Mistake dropping a gifted membership that goes to MK Nubs. You'd think MK Nubs would get enough out of the channel, he'd already be a subscriber. But you know what? It is what it is. Thank you, Big Mistake. We appreciate it very, very much. Okay. What else we got? We got some stuff going on, folks. Oh, well. Would you like a new video game for free that's really interesting? Oh, are they going to charge me for that month? That's a good question, Roadkill. Xbox? I don't know. I should just call them today and say, what the fuck is going on? What am I playing right now? I need to finish James Bond. I'm playing a bunch of demos right now. Like I spent 2 hours yesterday playing a game called My Cannibal Family, which there's something about it that I like. I'm in the early access, not early access, but the whatever, the goddamn thing, you know, when you get in and it's like, oh, help us test the game or whatever that's called. You know, it's a neat game. It's a neat vibe, but it's you play this cannibal and you're killing people and then you're getting these babies and raising them to make them part of your family, and you have to build this theme park where people come in and you set traps and you kill them so you can get their bodies, and then feed them to your kids and make them stronger, and it is neat. It is very, very neat. I don't know. There's something about it I haven't been able to put my hands on why I'm not loving it. But it is good. It is really, really good. So I've been playing that as well. Yeah, absolutely. Red Sheet says, meanwhile, Crimson Desert is dying in Jaffe's corner. Right. I probably will never go back to that game. And yes, Rocker Matt says, Jaffe, you should play Mina the Hollower. 100%. I love the demo. It's on my list, man. But you know, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna fucking do? You're playing the new Fortnite season. Who do they have in that? They've got. Oh, here's what I'll say about what I think is I got this is need to be played. You have this game, Anna? Yeah, let me know what you think. Avoid the Void. There's no real big topic for today. We're just talking games. Xbox going exclusive. Who cares? I mean, the thing is, you have to understand. I want to talk about games. I don't really give a fuck if Xbox goes exclusive. I don't give a fuck if Xbox is like, we almost showed Gears of War E-Day for PlayStation, and then we pulled it, but there was a video that showed their logo. Who cares? Who gives a shit? I don't care. I mean, you may, and that's great. I respect that, but you know, I'm here for the games, man. I'm not here for the fucking business. I don't care about, you know, who puts their shit where. I'm interested, honestly, in the Stranger Than Heaven, even though I don't really like Yakuza games. I was reading today that their combat system is really cool, where you have the left and the right hand, a heavy punch and a right punch, and you control each hand independently of the the other hand, of the other arm. And the people who have gone hands-on with it have said, some people aren't going to get it, or it's going to be too weird for them. But if you get it, it's really cool. Yeah, Tupac being in it's a little strange to me. Matt Monadero says 28 games at the Xbox Showcase, 24 of them are coming to PlayStation. Yeah, again, I don't give a shit. I think at this point, who cares, right? I mean, I'm not saying there aren't people out there who are like, man, I can only have one system, or I only want to spend money on one system. I get it. And so, of course, it's going to be important to you. But I can't pretend to be interested. Frankly, put your games wherever you want. If they're good, I'll figure out a way to play them, because I'm in it for the games. Red Sheets Metal, thank you for the super chat, buddy. He says, how many large releases this September? There isn't enough time in a week to play them. Exciting times. Place your bets if GTA gets delayed again. I'm almost certain it won't be delayed. But yeah, I think, Matt earlier in the chat said, I don't think the business can support the rate great games are dropping. No, it absolutely can't. It is one of the reasons I think that, I mean, what do we know? We know that Xbox is going to lay off thousands of people coming next month. They're going to shut down a studio, is the rumor, June 30th. Which studio, I don't know. Part of it is, fixing things and making things better that maybe atrophied under Phil Spencer and Matt Booty and Sarah Bond. And some of it, though, I have to imagine is the business just can't support this amount of output. But when you look at video game releases in September, I'll tell you, video game releases September. Here's what's coming out, my dear friends, in September. Let's see what we got. Come on, baby. Come on. Now touch me, baby. Remember that song? I don't like the Doors. Fuck you. I don't like the Doors. I don't have a problem with them. I just don't like them. They're fine. Anyway, don't hate me because I'm beautiful. Look, September, you've got Orbitals. Who gives a shit? Blood of the Dawnwalker. Yes, I want it. Valheim, whatever. Screenbound. I played Screenbound demo, didn't care for it. So, Blood of the Dawnwalker, Marvel's Wolverine, yes. Fire Emblem, yes. Warhammer 40,000 Dawn of War, maybe, because I really do want to get into that. It looks really great. Control Resonant is probably going to be the one that gets its ass handed to it. Silent Hill Townfall is probably going to get its ass handed to it. Onimusha Way of the Sword is probably going to get its ass handed to it, maybe. And that's just the big games. Forget the fact that there's all these little teeny tiny games coming. And before you know it, you'll be October 2nd, which is Ace Combat, and then October 6th, which is Gears of War E-Day and Galactic Racer. So yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, Gun says Vic played Orbitals. He couldn't talk about it, but he was all smiles. I don't even know what it is. It just looks goofy. Let me check out Orbitals real quick. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. There's just hands-on preview. It's just what is it? It's a co-op. Yeah, I don't give a shit. I really don't. There's just too much, man. There's just too much to fucking play. Control Resonant looks really good. I think it'll be number 1 in September, says KP. No, it won't. That's a ridiculous thing to say. It's a ridiculous thing to come out of your pie hole. And here's why. You're telling me that Control Resonant, which is a game based on a game that just did okay. Again, I'm not saying it won't be a great game. The game does look really good. But you're telling me that game is going to outsell Blood of the Dawnwalker, Wolverine, Fire Emblem, Silent Hill, and Onimusha? I don't think so. But, hey, maybe you're right. Maybe word of mouth will eventually get it to become a huge hit, because it does look good. Remedy has a lot of loyal fans. They might, but they've never shown up in a way that has put them in a situation where they're, doing great. They fired, or the CEO stepped down because he wasn't doing a good enough job. I don't think that this is, even though it looks good, calling it Control is already a bad idea. Because Control Resonant, because you know, if you are into Control, you're going to buy it anyway. If you're not into Control, you're going to go, oh, well, that's like the third sequel. It's not really for me. You know, they should call it something else. But anyway, we'll see. We'll see if you're right. I think you're wrong, but who the fuck knows, man? I want to show you a brand new game that you can play today. You can play it today, and it changes all the time. That's right. It's a game called Stonk Rider, and it is a motorcycle game where you ride the Wall Street earnings over the course of a year of a company. So, for example, if you want to ride Sony, you know, see what kind of track they got. All right, that's interesting. That's interesting. Let's give it a try, shall we? Here we go. This is the Sony stock price. Now, the worse the company does, the more fun the track. But ultimately, that's probably not good for the company. All right. So Sony's got a pretty. They've had a lot of ups and downs. These guys. Let's see. Can I back up? Yeah, there we go. Come on now. Right. So this is available. If you're interested in such shenanigans. It is fun. I mean, this kind of game is always fun. And it's a nice little novelty that they've based it on, you know, the stocks of companies. Any company you want to see real quick? Excitebyte Redux. Open a YouTube channel if you want to ride Sony constantly. What? I don't understand. I don't. You mean like if I want to shit on Sony constantly? Please, enough of that crap. Here's Microsoft, okay? Anybody, I'm as much of a console fanboy as I am an alt-right person. Here's Microsoft, by the way, which is to say I'm not at all. I can say I don't like Sony this generation, and I don't. I don't think their output is for me. For them, not entirely, but for the most part. But I don't care. If they make games for me, I don't care if they win the console. I mean, seriously, I'm 55 years old. What do you want me to do? How weird would that be if I gave a shit? I think anybody over the age of 12 that gives a shit's weird. So what do I know? Look at that. That's pretty fun, though. Boom. There you go. Okay. Jaffe, what are your thoughts on Clockwork Revolution? If you want to play this, by the way, I'll give you the, let me give you the link here. This is the link with Microsoft stock, but you can play it. There you go. So Clockwork Evolution, I mean, I'm a huge fan of In Exile. I think their last game, Wasteland 3, was really, really, really good. I like that they're making something that is more, you know, mainstream in terms of presentation and whatnot. I thought it looked great. I thought the trailer was great. It looked clever and fun and interesting. So, you know, I'm there for it, man. Here's what I'm not there for. Anyway, therefore. I'm not there for the fact that the new Tomb Raider, right, which I am excited for, the new one as well as the remake, which has now been moved to February. I'm excited for it. But people, once again, are bitching about the look. Some people are happy with it. Some people are not. Whatever. You're not going to make these people happy. You can't even try. Fine. But it's the PR answer that we got from Amazon that bothered me so much, which is, this is what they said. It's like, you know what? I don't believe you. They're asking about the director, the process of designing Laura. I don't know how you say your name. The Brits always get mad. They're like, you Americans don't know how to say it. It's Lara. It's Laura. I don't fucking know. But anyway, they were asking about designing Lara Croft a lot more organic. The team wasn't trying to balance her attractiveness with talent or ability. Here's the quote. We try not to view it from either of those angles, says the director. We're not trying to make one camp happy and the other camp miserable. We don't think of it that way. We're just like, hey, this is Laura. That's who she is, and this is the icon that we've come to know. How do we bring her into the most fully focused version that she's ever been presented in? She's Laura Croft. She's the icon for a reason, so we just want to do justice to her. So the answer is, which is fine, by the way. Fine, by the way. But the answer is, there is no answer. The answer is we don't want to answer your question, because if we answer it and actually say anything, then we're going to piss off one of the camps. And to me, what bothers me about that is not that they're slinging PR bullshit. That's what a lot of them do. It's that they have the need to, that we are in such a polarized scenario that it seems necessary to have to run interference before it even begins. It reminds me of all these companies like, coming out. It's like, well, we used AI for this, but we didn't. It's, you know what? Shut up. I hope that, like, even the guy who put out, Patrice putting out Amsterdam 1666, and then he apologized about, oh, sorry, I had some AI assets in there. You know what? Shut up. Somebody needs to put a game out, and hopefully it'll be Tomb Raider, because Tomb Raider has done some stuff with AI. And it's just like, and they will see that no one gives a shit. No one gives a shit. There's a vocal minority on the internet, and I don't mean that people love or hate AI. People have their opinions, and that's fine. But no one's not going to buy a video game because, there were some AI assets in there. Yeah, they used AI for Crazy Taxi. Guess what? I don't care. You can care. I respect that if you care. But if I'm Sega, I'm like, yeah, we did. You know why? Because you motherfuckers have been bitching for Crazy Taxi and all these remakes for years. You're bitching about great graphics. You want it online. You want this. You want that. You want it fast. You don't want it to be $80. Nah, but you can't lower the price by using AI. Shut up, you fucking ungrateful cunts. That's what I would fucking say. Okay. Most people don't care, says One Pump Man. You goddamn right. You goddamn right. I can't do the character design discourse anymore. People are bitching about everything from Lara Croft to Claire's outfit and Veronica. I don't even know how you would bitch about Lara Croft. The new Tomb Raider, what's it called? Tomb Raider Atlantis or something? Fate, is it Fate of Atlantis? Isn't that the Indiana Jones game? Yeah, it's Fate of Atlantis. Legacy of Atlantis, sorry. What's not to like? She looks great. She looks great. Leave her alone. I was right up there. I was right up there with a lot of these guys bitching about whatever, Lao Fei, because I think she looks terrible. This woman doesn't look like a sexy pinup, but okay, she's cool. What do you want? What do you fucking want? I think she's attractive, says Eternal. Yeah, there's nothing wrong. She looks great. I mean, she's certainly attractive. She's not, Megan Fox in her heyday with the shot when she's lifting up the car or the hood of the car. Attractive. She's not meant to be just pure eye candy, but she's an attractive lady. Leave her alone. I haven't heard anything about Claire Redfield's outfit, but just, some of these people, man, I don't know what to tell you. Laura shit on God of War. Yeah, I thought so. Okay. But anyway, that's what's happening in that world. That's the name of that tune. What else do we got going on? Gears of War E-Day. Tell me what you think of this. It's only like a 40-second clip from IGN, but I thought this was worth at least getting your opinion on because, I like Gears of War. I recently replayed Gears of War 1 before they did the remaster. I really liked it again. I thought it was great. Compare this to Rise of the Tomb Raider model. Okay, I will in a second. Well, hell, let's stay with that story. We'll come back to E-Day. Okay, Tomb Raider. Tomb Raider Rise of the Tomb Raider. Is that what it's called? Laura. Okay. What am I comparing? She looks great here as well. I mean, she's younger here, if that's what you mean. No. Do I think that do I think this model is better looking than the new one? If is that what you're asking? I do. Yeah. So what? She's still, it's not like Lao Fei to me. But again, it's subjective, right? Lao Fei to me doesn't look like a cool, badass character I want to play. She could be the ugliest woman in the world, but her design still makes me go, she's badass, right? But, you know, this is different. This is just, yeah, the new Laura looks great. I think this one's more attractive, but who gives a shit? The point is, says Seven, there was no uproar over this one. Okay, well, why do you think that is? And why is there uproar over the new one? She looks fine. I mean, you know, she certainly, look, I guarantee you every single person watching this show that likes having sex with women would never, ever, ever in their wildest dreams go, I'm kicking her out of bed, or I'm not inviting her to bed because she's not attractive enough. There's no goddamn way in hell anybody watching this fucking show would do that. Come on. What's the matter with you guys? Look at her. She's gorgeous. She's beautiful. She's hot. Don't tell me it's Lao Fei. I don't care what it's called. It's a stupid fucking title. It's a stupid title. All right, whatever. Outrage is the best marketing. I'm starting to wonder if it is, though. Addy Pie says, Jaffe, I'm playing Chronos. It's a great, albeit a little too similar to Silent Hill 2. Bloober's doing well. I really liked it as well. I have a real fundamental problem with it at the end, but I really like it as well. And I'm glad there's DLC coming. Now, here we go. These are the changes coming to Gears of War. What do you think? Here we go. Check out our interview. I never liked the roadie run either, right? 7-Eleven says I never liked the roadie run. I didn't either. I understood it. Like I imagine if you're Cliff, who really pioneered that in that game, you know, a lot of times designers, and I've been like this too when I was designing games, you want to design limits, and the roadie run gave you a limit. You had speed, but you lost a great deal of control. The video is muted? Jesus Christ, man. Okay, here it is again. God damn it, Jaffe.
Roadie running is an iconic part of the Gears series, and it's effectively out for E-Day. Rather than the camera pushing in and the screen shaking as Marcus and crew hustle across combat zones, the camera pulls out. The reason, according to the devs, is that the spaces you'll be playing in vary in size. The new running movement seems to pair better with other additions too. This includes sliding, jumping, and new cover mechanics. These changes mean multiplayer techniques like wall bouncing will change too. The team was thoughtful about onboarding, however, and fans will have flexibility and customization options, like being able to move the active reload bar from the center of the screen back to the top right. The devs stated that they wanted to ensure that Gears fans could still tap into their muscle memory while still crafting the experience as their own. For more on Gears of War E-Day, check out our interview.
It's Peter Brady. But okay, so the roadie running is like, I get it. That limitation is a value. You trade something good, which is control for speed. But I don't know anymore. I don't know anymore if it's almost like I know that that's crazy coming from being a gamer and a designer when I was. But I don't know if a game this big budget could survive, or I don't know if people would embrace roadie running. I think new gamers who are new to the franchise would say, yeah, this is annoying. Why can't I run like in every other game? So I like it. I hope that the game doesn't not fill in the blanks where there was good risk reward, but I think on motion, I'm okay with it. I also like the fact I don't remember where the last Gears of War reload thing, whatever they call it, was. I guess did it move to the center, and now they're saying you can move it to the upper right. I hated where it was in the original, but again, you could argue that that was part of the skill. If it's in the upper right, you have to look away from what's happening in the center of your screen to do it. And I get that, like on paper, that sounds right. That sounds an understanding of game design, but I don't like it there. It's annoying. I think maybe it's a balance. The reward is so necessary, but the risk is so frustrating that it's like, I don't know. I'm down with that. I'm totally down with moving that. I'm down with getting rid of the roadie run. Some people like it though. Some people like it. Beer Baron says, I like the old Saving Private Ryan camera they used to have. Right. Thematically, dramatically, absolutely. I get it. I get the drama of it. It did look better. It did look cooler, but you know, I'm good. Speaking of, I see in the chat, Dewdrop Stephanie says, I'm just excited for Until Dawn next year. Let me show you this.
Iconic part
I
of the Gear
don't know if you guys saw this. It came out. Do with this what you will, or take as seriously as you want. Hattie Pie says the roadie run looks like they're running to take a shit. Let's see, where did this go? Okay, so Summer Game Fest last week, obviously, and based on trailer performance, press coverage, community engagement, they merged this into an index. A marketing analytical company merged this into an index. So it's hard, it's hard to know how serious to take this because a lot of people talk about things, but was it positive talk? I don't know. But I'll tell you the top 10 games, the best performing games of last week based on trailer performance, press coverage, community engagement. Engagement doesn't mean positive, but fine. Community engagement merged into a single number. Number 10, Until Dawn 2. And I'm with you. I'm excited for that game. Out of all the stuff Sony showed, I want to play Wolverine because I know it'll be good and it won't be the sameness that the trailer made it look like, but it did look fun. But Until Dawn 2 and Wolverine are competing for my top Sony game that I want to play. That's number 10. Number 9, Spyro, the new Spyro. Number 8, Final Fantasy VII Revelation. Number 7, Persona 6. Number 6, Kingdom Hearts 4. Number 5, Gears of War E-Day. Number 4, Wolverine. Number 3, Resident Evil Veronica. Number 2, Legend of Zelda Ocarina Remake. And number 1, God of War Luffy. Although David Seeger says, and thank you for the super chat, buddy. He says, no, Jaffe, it's Lafay. I don't care. I don't care. I will continue to say it wrong because I enjoy saying it wrong because it's stupid all over the place. It is dumb. And look, man, if you like, go play it. Buy it with a disc and stick your dick in the hole in the disc. I don't care what you do. I'm just telling you, I think it's stupid. It's stupid up and down the line. Kratos says, does Laufey scare you on how God of War games are going to be handled? No, because I don't care. I don't give a shit, frankly. If they make a good game, I'm there. Did I play Ghost of Yote? Yes, I loved it. Do I think it looked worse than Ghost of Tsushima? No, I didn't. I don't care if it's a Norse name. Eternal says Laufey's a Norse name. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit if it's a Norse name. I don't give a shit that Mjolnir is a Norse name. I don't give a shit that any of these. I don't give a fuck. It's dumb. It's just as dumb as when Square Enix names their Kingdom Hearts games. And it's like, Kingdom Hearts 2.5 HD, Wisp of the Battle Axer. Who gives a shit? It's a terrible name. It's a stupid fucking name. But anyway, yeah. Hey, I'm with you, Dewdrop Stephanie. You guys are talking about Gilmore Girls. Gilmore Girls would be a great cozy game license. You goddamn right. You goddamn right. I'd love it. I'd love it. I mean, I like the cozy games. I was looking for one last night, but I got to find a new one to play. Which has more gore, Wolverine or Gears of War? Wolverine does, at least from what we've seen. I mean, Gears has like the chainsaw stuff and everything, but Wolverine just seems back to back to back to back blood. And the fact that his body gets ripped apart and there's big chunks taken out of it, I thought that was fucking awesome. My concern, honestly, with Wolverine right now, not even concern, but my curiosity is I don't think they have yet explained, and I think there is going to be a longer state of play coming up. You know, is it open world? Is it linear like an Uncharted game? Like what are you doing in the game other than just doing melee combat? You know, I know the leaks he had some other abilities and powers, like he could his detective sense, like in Arkham, was like his smell, and he could smell areas and see where hidden things were. I'm just not quite sure, where that's going, basically. A Gilmore Girls game, says Beer, done properly would be a low-key huge hit. Yeah, give me a Sims version of the Gilmore Girls or a Pair of Lives. You goddamn right. 7-Eleven says, I can't wait for the Professor X wheelchair missions. You goddamn right. You goddamn cock-a-doodie right, baby. Okay. Here's what I want to say. This is making me very happy. Not because I give a shit about any of these brands, but because as a kid, okay, so Commander Unicorn says it's been explained that Wolverine is not open world. Okay, so what is the structure? Is it just, is it like an Uncharted? Like you've got these little, wide paths and you just have to get to the end? Or what exactly is what is the flow of that game? But look, man, you have to understand, I grew up in the heyday of intellectual property, starting with Lucas and Star Wars and going all the way up to the mid 90s with Terminator 2 and blah, blah, blah. And there have certainly been new IP, but Hollywood got to the point and games got to the point where it was they just regurgitated shit because it was so expensive that they made shit that they knew people already liked. But the cost of that has been the younger generation has missed out on their own IP. And it's also the reason that, why is my camera out of focus? It's also the reason that something like He-Man isn't doing well, even though I hear it's good, because the younger kids have no connection to it, don't know what it is. But here's what I like. I didn't even know what the Amazing Digital Circus was. I'm watching a movie with my kid the other day, and there's a trailer for it, and they're like, oh, the finale is coming to theaters. And now, and so his generation knows all about Amazing Digital Circus. And now it's coming to the other thing they know all about, which is Fortnite. Which I don't know. I just wanted to point that out because they say that there are skins from the Amazing Digital Circus coming to Fortnite, specifically Jax and Pommy. Don't know who the fuck that is, but I like that I don't know who the fuck that is. I like that they're, like with the back rooms. I like that there are that Gen Alpha and Gen Z are finally getting some media that's just made for them. And so I don't know if anybody out there watches this amazing digital circus, but apparently people love it. It's really good. And they're coming to Fortnite. So keep that in your, put that in your pipe and smoke it. Got him. Got him. Got him. All right, let's move on. Let's move on, shall we, my friends? I don't know about this one. You guys know I love my Capcom, and you guys know I love Onimusha. I love Onimusha 3. I played it recently from Retro Game Treasures. There's a stream up you can watch. It holds up beautifully. And I played Onimusha Way of the Sword, the demo, twice. And I never fucking play demos twice. Why is my camera so out of focus? I didn't think that it was too hard. I thought the ending, there was a little confusion over something, but a lot of people have said that the game feels too easy, and Capcom has come out, or the demo feels too easy. And they have said, first, the demo is just a slice of the early part of the story. Also, we really wanted you to enjoy a variety of Musashi's action, so we intentionally equipped him with late game skills. Because of that, some players might have felt the lack of challenge. Rest assured, in the final game, the bosses and the regular Jinma, which are the bad guys, I guess, will put up a tougher fight. Please look forward to the challenge in the full game. And I'm just kind of like going, please don't make this a Souls game. Please don't make this a fucking super hard game. Put a hard mode in if you want, but Onimusha has never been that. Onimusha has always been a game that most gamers, if they liked it, could get through. The idea that now, I trust Capcom. I don't think this game coming out in September is a good idea, but I did very much like the demo, and I am looking forward to this game, and I love this brand. But I don't want this to be, I mean, they're dumb, and Capcom's not dumb, right? You look at you look at all the Resident Evils they've put out, you look at Pragmata they put out. These are not games that are blisteringly hard video games. So I do hope they just have a nightmare mode, but I hope it's not tuned by default to be super difficult. MK says most streamers who played the demo said it was too easy. I thought it was fine. I didn't think it was too easy or too hard. I thought the final boss was too hard. But I don't think he was too hard because everything. It was just apparently there's like a move you're supposed to do the block for, or the X and square button or something for, and it didn't communicate that. And if you don't know that, it is very, very hard on that final boss. But that was, that was the gist of it. But anyway, it's Capcom. I love it. I'm excited. I'll be getting it day one. Capcom explains why Resident Evil Veronica is so important. They've been talking a lot. I like this, though. This reminds me of when I interviewed the guy who designed Fast and the Furious Crossroads, which I know a lot of people hated. Poorly reviewed game. I loved it. Thought it was great. And he told me that they designed the tracks. It's a car driving game, obviously, and there's races in the game. And he said they actually designed the tracks because you jumped from characters to character that you played. And he said, we designed the tracks around the characters' status, like what kind of a driver they would, what they knew, how advanced they were. And it tied into the character, right? And I'm like, I've never thought about that you would design a track around the narrative of where the character was. Reminds me of what they've said about Claire Redfield. They were asking, is Claire going to have a lot of the moves like in RE4 or RE2? RE4, like Leon's kick and all that stuff. And he said, she survived extreme circumstances. She has that under her belt. But of course, in the span of 3 months, she hasn't done anything like become a government agent or anything. So you're going to see a game feel aligned with the character where she is in her life at that point. Now, again, I don't know if that's just good spin, but it's pretty fucking good. It's pretty fucking good spin. The idea that it's like, well, it's only been 3 months since RE2 and Veronica. So she's not like, we're not making it cooler for the game. We're using the narrative to decide what she knows. Now, again, I don't know how, you know, that's kind of like saying, is the reason the roadie run is gone and Gears because Marcus Phoenix hasn't learned it yet in his narrative? It's a good answer. But the real answer, as they made clear, is, well, no, it's because the way the levels are designed with the slides and the irregularity of the spaces between things, it wasn't playing well with the roadie run. But I do like that. I do think that's cool. You got to appreciate when they explain the game design by a narrative point. That's kind of neat. It's kind of neat. Okay. What else we got going on? I'm just going to show you this trailer real quick. I'm excited for this. We're going to talk about the games at Summer Game Fest that the press really, really liked. But before we do that, I want to show you this trailer that really wasn't on my radar until I watched the trailer. Hey.
I'm going to work now. Will you look after the...
Yeah.
Take him out at around 4?
I'll take him out before I go to the movies with Cal. Love you, buddy. Have a good day. Call me if you need me. So they showed this game. I like this game, but when I saw this trailer, I liked it a lot more. So this is the trailer from Sega. I'll turn off my camera so you can see the whole thing of the Sonic. I don't even know what to call it. The mini game thing looks like a blast. I don't know if it's online or not, though. I hope it is. Check this out. So that's Sonic Pico Park. Apparently, people who were playing it at Summer Game Fest said it was excellent, really, really good, and a lot of fun. Again, I don't know if it's online, but I am excited for this. What the hell is this? Says Noja. It's Pico Park or whatever. Sonic Pico Park. Hi, Courage. How you doing, buddy? Hang on. Come here, baby. Come here. There's your puppy. Hi. What movie am I going to? I'm going to go see Obsession. And then tomorrow I'm going to see Day of Disclosure. Okay. I don't know. I'm not going to even cover that story. I'm just not covering it. Maybe I will. I don't know. Look, the guys at Shift Up are doubling down. They're saying, we're not changing the character. She's going to have even what sound to be like more appealing, it says, outfits for fans, which probably means more sexualized shit. People are complaining the actress or the character looks too young. I mean, I don't know. I'm still going to fucking play it, you know? I mean, I'm excited for it. I think the trailer looks better than Stellar Blade, which I thought was a great trailer. So, you know, I think, this is Kotaku. They tend to be, not as progressive and liberal as I am, but somewhat progressive. They don't like it. They're like, this is offensive, but oh well. I mean, nobody's hurt anybody. No one's broken a law. Do I think it's, if she comes across the way she comes across in some of the shots, like she's a child, do I think that's weird and disturbing? I do. I don't approve. But, as much as I don't approve, I do appreciate that the developer's like, nah, we like it. We think she's cool. We're going to put her in sexier outfits. You think it's weird enough that you're not going to play it? Then don't fucking play it. There is something about that there is something about that I appreciate. You know, I appreciate the Stellar Blade 2. I appreciate kind of the balls of it. Like, just shut up, press. Go make your own fucking game. But in some of these shots, she looks disturbingly young. I mean, come on. If I showed you this kid and said, this is a character in a game and she's 12, she's 10, she's 11, you'd go, yeah, I get that. I get that. But, you know, I also get that nobody is hurt in real life. And if that's what they want to make your fucking game, man. I'm so tired of people trying to tell everybody else what they should be and should do. So I get it. I get it. These games aren't for uptight people. There's a lot of violence. Americans are so ass backwards when it comes to that. Well, they are. That's true. That's true. That one looks bad, says Red Sheets. You mean this one? Yeah. I mean, it is a valid complaint that this character looks disturbingly underage. And when you put this character in outfits and situations and poses that are intentionally sexualized, like this with the ass shot front and center, yeah, it's weird. But no one's getting hurt, so shut up. But I get it. The other thing I get, every goddamn month, and it's a joy. It's a joy to go to the mailbox, my friends. I get, you goddamn right, a box in my mail box that looks like this in all of its beautiful pixely glory. I love my retro game treasure box. I'm gonna make a baby with it. I love it. They ship me 3 to 5 retro games going all the way back to the Intellivision. Obviously, it depends on what consoles you tell them you have. You tell them the genres you like. You tell them the themes you like. Their algorithm and their brain power does the rest. These delightful humans have been in business for over 10 years with this service. It is dependable. Every game is guaranteed to work. I recommend it. If you enter JAFFE10 on checkout, you get 10% off your very first treasure box. And coming up later in the week, we will be playing one of the games they sent me for June, which is Second Sight, the PlayStation 2 game from the guys who made Time Splitters 1 and 2. Some of those guys also, I think, worked on GoldenEye. So I have never played this one. I am very excited for this. I know there were 2 games around the same time that were similar. There was Second Sight and PsyOps from Midway. I played a little bit of PsyOps. I liked it. But this one is apparently the better one. And I'm excited for it. Hopefully you'll watch that live stream when we do it in a couple of days. Okay. See, this is where you're wrong, in my opinion. Game Adaptation Newscast says old games are boring to play. Some old games are absolutely boring to play, 100%. But that's the whole point, is that as games have gotten up into the 3D realm, you're either, games have gotten more advanced, and now what's great is you can go back to old games and they hold up. I played Dead Space 2 for the first time 4 or 5 years ago. I had never played it before. And that game had me just as engaged as any modern game, right? I played ONIMUSHA 3, which was a 2005 game or 4 game. And that game was as good, if not better, than a lot of action-adventure games that come out today. So you're right, though. If you talk about going back to an Atari cart, most of what you're going back for is nostalgia, and sometimes there's some gameplay that does transcend, even though it still is a simple game, it still works. But yeah, but as we've gotten further and further into video games becoming more interesting and more normalized, where people have a vocabulary of how to play from one game to the next, a lot of these old games still really, really work. I have no idea if this will be one of them, but I am going to try it. Okay. I can't believe this guy gave us God of War and TM. Make new games, Unk, says Frigate. I don't want to. This is more fun than that. I don't think people understand. I've tried to make people understand. I can't succeed with that. And so I just have to give up, I guess. Everybody thinks, I guess everybody thinks being a rock star would be fun too. Everybody thinks making a new video game would be fun. It's really hard and it's really exhausting. And I've already been to the top of that mountain a couple of times. And I want to be at the top of this mountain now. I don't know if we'll ever get there, but at least it's a new challenge. I don't know what Green Dog is, Tyler. Matt says Mario 3 is still an amazing platformer. Exactly. Exactly. Now, not making money is fun, says MK Nubs. I do fine. Don't get me wrong. MK Nubs brings up a great point. If you like what you see on this channel, maybe now's the time to reach into your couch cushions, your mama's pocketbook, your butthole, wherever you keep your money, and drop a super chat. Drop a cockadoodie gifted membership, or buy a membership for yourself. Helps keep the channel alive and thrive. But regardless, good for you. Sea Monster, apropos of nothing, says, Jaffe, I'm gay. Good for you. Good for you. Yeah, Real Blind Eye says making movies is fun. Yeah, you got to do what you like to do, man. You got to do what you like to do. Now, the games I'm about to tell you were at Summer Game Fest recently, last week. And these are the games that the press actually got hands-on with. And I want to tell you about what this one reporter thought about the games that he played. And some he liked, some he didn't. But as the embargo lifts, we're able to actually start seeing beyond the trailer. Was this really good? Was it worth your time? Anna G, for example, drops the super chat, gifted membership. Thank you so much. Goes to Commander Unicorn. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you so much, Anna G, for all the support and all the great modding you do for our channel. We appreciate it very, very much. Matt says, I've made games on my own. It's exhausting. I can't imagine how exhausting making a AAA game would be. Yeah. The only thing that bothers me is I wish I could communicate well enough that people understood. But maybe it's just like, you know, it's kind of like when somebody rich and famous says, oh, it's not, you know, like Jim Carrey will say things like, oh, being rich and famous, he's like, it doesn't do anything for you and all this. And it's like, yeah, right. You know, maybe it's like that. It's like a lot of people who love video games are like, I would love to be able to make my own video game. Maybe you would. But it's really hard. And no, thank you. I'm done. Necomb the Nazi Hunter. Now, this is a game, I don't know where we saw this trailer last, but it was pretty cool. The trailer where it kind of looks like a update of that Pandemic Studio game. What was it called? Resistance that EA put out or something, set in World War II. This was there. This is what he thought. This is a guy from PC Gamer. He says, it was a rough game. As much as I like the premise, you play as Romani madman hunting down Nazis. The pre-alpha build I played was undeniably rough. It has a year in the tank. Maybe it'll change. Okay. He didn't like it that much. Minecraft Dungeons 2. He said it was neat, but it was boring. Now, that sounds a lot like the first Minecraft Dungeons, which I did not think was a great great video game. I thought it looked nice, but it got dull pretty quick. So that's tracking. Crimson Moon. I don't know what the fuck this is. Unremarkable Souls-like combat, he says. It has a grid-marked fantasy sheen that gives off a very generic first impression. It's essentially a roguelike Souls-like. Two genres I'm tad exhausted by at the moment. It played well, but, you know, so he's like meh on that one as well. Grave Seasons. I don't know what now this one I'm excited about, you guys. This is from Blumhouse Games, who so far have not put out a game I've liked. But Blumhouse Studios that do all the horror things, they were one of the producers of Backrooms. They are making a farming game about someone who also kills people and digs up their bodies? I don't exactly know, but let's see what he says. Grave Seasons. He says it was an awkward demo. I believe it could be great, but it wasn't a stellar demo. Instead of showing off what a typical day of this Stardew Valley life sim is like, I played 20 minutes from opening day that consisted of introducing myself to the townsfolk, watering some seeds, using a crowbar a few times. I took disappointment because Grave Season's twist, one of the townsfolk is a murderer, is irresistible, but I wasn't afforded enough time for that intrigue to take hold. Okay, so look, like I said, Blumhouse right now is not firing on all cylinders. Resident Evil, Veronica. Anna G, I want this game too. Grave Season sounds great, but I'm 50-50 it's going to be great. Resident Evil Veronica. He says, well, I don't really have an opinion. It was just a QA. So he got behind the scenes. The only thing that really seemed to come out of this for people was that the game, even though the trailer was in first person, it is going to be a third person from the team that did RE2 and RE4 remakes, which sounds great, which sounds fucking great. But yeah, so we don't know. That's why it's so high or low on the chart, because he liked it enough that even with just a QA, I'm into it. But yeah, I'm super excited for this game. Join us. Oh, right. This is that game where you it's like a multiplayer, but doesn't have to be, where it's like a cult simulator and you can make your own cult. I love the idea. Let's see what he said. He says it's dumb fun. You're dumb fun. Got him. At an Xbox showcase, this is that was mostly big budget glam and polished indies. Join Us was a welcome dose of intentional jank. You play as a devoted follower of a creepy cult leader tasked with building a new branch of the cult. It's a management sim and a third-person shooter. The meat of my demo was fending off a raid from a gang, then jumping into a truck and driving over to their turf to fuck them up. You can also name your cult and choose to adopt ancient Roman naming conventions for members. It's clearly made for a silly night of 4-player co-op. That sounds great. That sounds fucking great. I'm excited. I want to play that. That reminds me a little bit of my Cannibal Family, which maybe I will stream this week because it is interesting enough that I think people might want to get a look at it. Aliens Fireteam Elite 2 coming in at number 12. He says it was decent co-op shooter. It's a Left 4 Dead co-op shooter. Not wowed by its fundamental. Guns feel and sound weak. Cover system's awkward. It's a decent co-op shooter, accessible. Yeah, meh, it's fine. It's fine. You got to be careful, man. I mean, we worked as hard on I remember the God of War E3 demo as we did on the release, because you get one chance, man. And the last thing you want to be is a team that's like, it was fine. And you get that data back. It was fine. Come on now. Eddie T says, Jaffe, are you happy Kojima and Keeley have reunited? It made me believe in love again. Yeah, I'm very happy. I could sleep better last night. I got more sleep last night than usual. Avatar Legends, the fighting game. Well made, but clearly not for me, he says. Okay, let's get to the big ones. Number 10, E-Day, Gears of War. He didn't get to play it. He says it looks fun, but not much new learned. What is it, Courage? Come here, baby. A few members showed to answer questions. They weren't ready to say much about non-campaign modes. They did say all PvP modes are 4v4, and legacy movement techniques like wall bouncing will be somewhat stifled. We talked about that earlier. So, there you go. I'm excited for this. This is day one for me. Bad Magpie, I didn't really give a shit about. I saw this at some trailer. He says it's cute and fun and gorgeous, though. It's his number 9. It's Untitled Goose Game, but instead of a goose, you're a magpie who chooses chaos at every avenue. Okay, maybe I'll like it. Wander around pleasant human domains and peck, grab, or chirp at the world to solve puzzles. There was a great gag in the demo where you ruin a soccer match between a bunch of mice by deflating the ball. And when you leave and come back, a memorial for the ball has been set up at the murder site. So he likes this one. He makes it sound good. Bad Magpie. Bad motherfucking Magpie. I like it. Wolf Amongst Us 2. Never played it. Never played the first one. But he likes it. An intriguing new story. Okay. One of my favorite demos of the weekend was playing an early scene of the Wolf Amongst Us. They had control of the sticks, but I was allowed to make most decisions. The demo was focused on establishing Bigsby as this guy's next case, a fabled serial killer who's targeting humans. This could be great. Spyro, hands off, but he says Toys for Bob is back in its element. I think we're all excited for that. Blood Message. I don't know what the fuck Blood Message is. NetEase is doing prestige action quite well. This caught me off guard, he says. He went hands-on. I had assumed I was walking into another Chinese take on a Souls-like, but it played more like a grounded God of War. You play as a nameless messenger during the late Tang Dynasty, tasked with delivering an important letter. The mixture of stealth and animation, heavy combat evoke Naughty Dog's Santa Monica. Gritty, cinematic, simple, but effective. NetEase is throwing a lot of money, and it's impressive and fun. Have you guys seen this? What the fuck is this? We'll come back to this list. I want to see what this fucking thing is. Did we watch a trailer already for this? Let's just see real quick. What the fuck is Blood Message, man? Click to enter. Latest videos. Just watch like a minute of this. I want to see what this looks like. I kind of remember this trailer, but the trailer just felt kind of generic to me. But it's nice to hear that when you actually play it. Let's get past these cinema stuff. Oh, right. Okay. I like that it's not just a Souls-like. I like that it's more linear and grounded, and that's cool. All right. There we go. I like that. Okay, cool. Excellent. You want me to play the Magpie trailer? Okay, hang on. What's it called again? Just Magpie game? Yeah, Blood Message, they're doing a Sony movie game. It looks gorgeous as Eternal. I hope the gameplay is more involved. I do too. I do as well. Maggie Peterson. Magpie game. No. What's the game called? Bad Magpie? Is there gameplay though? I think we saw this already, right? All right, cool. I now that I know a little bit more what this is, based on this guy playing it, I think it sounds really fun. So that's cool. Blood Message is 6. Number 5, Stupid Never Dies. It's Ludicrous fun. Ex-Capcom producers. Unsurprisingly, goofy fun. There's a lot to take in, but I've been charmed by the protagonist, a zombie named Davy who's in love with a corpse, and its shape-shifting combat. Davy packs a puny punch, but by biting enemies, he absorbs their powers. Combat's immediately fun, and I'm intrigued by its story-focused roguelike format. Ugh. It's a run-based game, but similar to Hades, you're meant to progress at a steady pace. Let's see what this looks like real quick.
This will be my last message, so I might as well smile.
Within a month, the war was over, and 98% of humans were gone just like that. Then, without warning, the monsters all disappeared from the surface world.
And anyone who eats its egg will acquire extraordinary power. It means there's a possibility of reviving her.
I'll do it!
Cool.
I made a promise to my girl, too. Hey, bring her back to life no matter
Cool.
what. So, I'm gonna fight. What the hell are you?
Borbitola. Blood always marks the way.
Yo, Davy! Doc's placed an order for Bessie Burger.
I suppose your styling powers must be tested out.
Davy, there's a monster nearby.
I'm Aselino. I'll be responsible for making modifications to your body. I'm going to modify your body.
That's cool.
With the equipment you take from enemies.
I mean, hey, man, that's neat, man.
Ew. Not bad.
Fall, okay, all right, I'm in. You know, I played that Suda 51 new game, which I did not like at all. I thought it was terrible, whatever it was called. But this guy who played it at least says really good. That's cool. Redacted. Oh, okay, well. He says, hands-on, it's awkward. This is one game I saw whose embargo is not quite up yet. Come back tomorrow, okay. Fable, hands-off, really liked the thing he saw. Onimusha, hands-on, love the combat. I would agree. Oh, Jesus. N plus infinity times 2. Okay, whatever. It's not a Suda 51. No, it's a bunch of guys from Capcom, though. Who made that? Let's see if his embargo lifted. Let's see what. Let's see if we see what it is. I was big into clutches. I'll look it up and get you guys in the next show. I'm not sure what it was he saw, but anyway, yeah, man, that's pretty fucking cool. I'm totally down for that game. But so we'll see. But it was a good show. I'm ready to dive into some new goddamn games. I'm glad that's coming out in fall. Basement says, Jaffe, did you see the Ocarina of Time remake? I did. I've never been a big Ocarina fan, as I was saying, so, you know, I'm still interested, but, you know, I'm, you know, I don't know. It doesn't blow my mind. There's not much to see. And I don't like Ocarina of Time as much as the 2D stuff, but I'm going to leave you on this, my friends. I like this. I'm excited for Crazy Taxi. I've played Crazy Taxi recently, like a remake, and I'm happy to hear that there's a lot more shit that you can do in the game than just pick people up and drop them off. For example, this. Check it out.
Ready? Go!
There's racing. Arcade racing. Come on now. I mean, it looks very simple and arcadey, but at least it's variety in this game, so I'm in. I'm excited for this. I really am. All right, so you get the idea. I'm excited. I'm excited. Jin Atlas, yes, I'm excited for that as well. It does look really cool from what they showed. There's a gameplay focused video of Blood Message. Not sure if you've seen it. I have not seen it, but I will look it up and we'll talk about it on tomorrow's show. Let me see. Let's see. What's it called? Blood. Blood Message. Okay. Blood Message gameplay. Yeah, I'm excited. Okay, 19 minutes. Oh, great. Okay. See, unlike the Fable one, which I really don't have an interest in watching because I kind of know what it is and it's just them talking about it. This I want to see because it's like this is what the game's going to be. So I will give this a watch, and I'll especially since the people who are playing it say it's really good, and I'll bring it up. I'll show you guys some of the best clips tomorrow. But thank you for alerting me to that. JSD, thank you for the super chat, buddy. He says, "Did you play the Eternal Life of Goldman demo? Dude reminds me of you if you could jump and had a cane." You know, I did play it, but I didn't like it. I loved the visuals of it. Like I thought it was a great looking game. But I thought it was really boring, and it was overwhelming with its visuals. The visuals were gorgeous. And it was just a really pretty game and everything, but it was almost just too much to read and too many people to talk to and too much lore, and the art was, you couldn't tell what background and foreground was. And I was really bummed because I love the idea of it, but I get why he would remind you. I would remind you of him because, yeah, there you go. A lot of love clearly went into this game, no doubt, but it's just they needed somebody to go, okay, let's dial it back a little bit. What are you trying to achieve? Because you're getting in your own way, you know. All right, but thank you for that, JSD. Let's get him up. Why is he just dead? Come on now. Okay. Yeah, there was a lot of talking. Absolutely. Okay, so I'm going to try for the next week for this time. That allows me to spin over into the Lolcow show coming up. Lolcow Crypt, that's coming up in about less than an hour. I'll give you a link to that if you want to watch. That's me and Josh talking about more, weird stuff, pop culture, paranormal, movies, things like that. But that lets me do this show at when did we start today? 10:30. So between 10:15 and 10:30 for the next week is when I'm going to be doing the Gabbin and Games, and see if I can get 2 of those done a day. Let me know what you guys think. But again, consider going over to our wonderful sponsor, Retro Game Treasure. There's a link down below. Enter JAFFE10 for 10% off your first treasure box. They deliver retro games to your home, 3 to 5 games every month. They're excellent, great service. Consider a super chat, consider gifted memberships, buy yourself a shiny new member. All that helps support the show. But that's all I got. Anna G, thank you so much. Appreciate it very, very much. You modding the show. All you guys watching, thank you very, very much. I will see you guys either on Crypt or on a stream later tonight or back here tomorrow morning on Gabbin and Games. Be well. Bye, you guys. That's the wrong, that's not the name of this show. Let me make it right. Let me make it right for you, baby. Let me fix this for you. Let your old Papa Jaffe slide in here and take care of you. Do.